Well, good evening. Do we have all the stories and all the crazy? Looks like February is going to try to live up to January, which is good because, we need all the bingo cards this year. I say bingo for everyone. Maybe we'll go with Jenga this year too. Why not? Welcome, Veilhammer, and everyone else. This was a long day. I was watching along with Dave for the Crumbly case, and oh my goodness. Whew, takes a lot out of you. So let's get on to hot tub justice. This was sent to me by Mr. Mo, so it is the first story because nepotism works here on Mo in the Deep End and Newsy News. Everyone is coming back from the store, so Friberto is like, the people are home. Las Vegas judge is in hot water after posting hot tub pic with public defenders. Hey, he's on the side of the public defenders. I have to at least like that. I mean, at least he's not with the prosecutors. God love him. Bless his heart. Are those dog tags? Oh, this is just, well, Las Vegas judge Erica Ballou is facing a formal ethics complaint after posting questionable images and captions on her social media accounts, including a photo of herself in a hot tub with public defenders. Oh, it's a chick. I mean, a lady judge. The Nevada Commission on Judicial Discipline has filed 2 counts of violating the revised Nevada Code of Judicial Conduct against Ballou in connection with 2 social media posts. Good evening, Phoenix Fire. I hope you had a great day, and we have some hot tub justice. Hello, cool gamer. The commission alleges undetermined public confidence in integrity of the judiciary. First, in September 2021, quote, Judge Ballou published an inappropriate statement about her judicial duties on social media, the complaint states. Hello, HT and Little Peanut. I hope you both had wonderful days. At 10:46 p.m., Judge Ballou posted on Instagram, quote, life is still beautiful despite the fact that Billie Eilish doesn't start for 30 minutes and I have an 8:30 calendar tomorrow, the complaint reads. Well, yeah, darn having to do jobs and stuff. Oh, well, and it says, hashtag life is beautiful, hashtag vacate the shit out of custody cases. Ma'am, look, as a non-lawyer and a non-legal person, I don't think you are supposed to bitch about your job as a judge. I could be wrong. Hello, Danny T. The post violates 3 canons, the commission alleged, including Canon 1, Rule 2.1, which mandates judges act in a manner that, quote, promotes public confidence in the independence, integrity, and impartiality of the jury, end quote. Ballou also violated Canon 2, Rule 2.1, which states the duties of judicial office shall, quote, take precedence over all of the judge's personal and extracurricular activities. No more Billie Eilish. Hello, MLS. How you doing? Yes, Eris. I think I would have a hard time listening to people act like grown people act like toddlers. I would have a problem with that. Then on April 2022, quote, Judge Ballou posted a photograph on her Facebook page of herself in a hot tub with 2 public defenders, Shanna Browers and Robson Hauser, with the caption, Robson surrounded by great boobies. Ma'am, they might be great boobs, but, oh, well, ma'am, it is Vegas, but I think you're You're stretching a little far on how you can go. Hello, Sue. Okay, hello, Wolfram. Friberto, you are always out of focus. Sir, you're you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. Fry's like, who? What? The commission alleges that this post also violates three canons, including Canon 1, Rule 2.1, Canon 2, Rule 2.4, which says judges shall not convey, quote, the impression that any person or organization is in the position to influence the judge. I mean, yeah. And Canon 3, Rule 3.1, the 8th Judicial District Court said Ballou is going to forego the opportunity to comment. Fox News Digital also reached out to the Clark County Public Defender's Office. Well, so these two are public defenders, and this is our glorious judge who is celebrating this public defender being surrounded by boobs, as you do as a judge. This is not the first time Ballou has received public criticism. In 2022, a year after Ballou became a judge in Clark County, the Las Vegas Policemen Protection Association called for her resignation after the judge told an African-American defendant to stay away from police after he was accused of battery against an officer, according to KLAS. Quote, you are the one making decisions not to walk away from cops. You're a black man in America. You know you don't want to be nowhere near where cops are, Judge Ballou said at the time. You know you don't want to be nowhere near cops are because I don't. I know I don't. I'm a middle-aged, middle-class black woman. I don't want to be around where cops are because I don't know if I'm going to walk away alive or not. Holy shitballs, how did this woman become a judge? Holy fazolies. Las Vegas Police Protection Association President Steve Grams appeared on the Ingram Eagle in 2022 to share his thoughts on Ballou's statement. I can imagine they were not complimentary. Quote, it's unfortunate that someone on the judicial bench, daggone it, you know, I am so amazed at Baker because he speaks like 17,000 languages, and I can't even speak English half the time. It's unfortunate that someone on the judicial bench would bring their own personal biases in a setting that I don't even think was warranted to make the comment. She made very clear her feelings on the police. And this statement here has enraged our membership, our police officers, that go out there and risk our lives every day, that she needs to go, he said. Gremis added that cases involving police officers as victims would come across her desk in the future, and the police association believes she would not preside fairly over such a case. In a statement at the time, Ballou said she supports, quote, proper law enforcement. I understand you're the judge in your little courtroom, but I mean, I don't think you get to go and legislate your... Friberto, you are being just out of focus. Where are you going, sir? I had this all set up. Adding she speaks to those who appear before her in a way that is, quote, straightforward and understandable. You mean demeaning to police and full of bias, I believe. But I don't think she's going to get away with this hot tub pic. Despite the swimsuits. But I could be wrong. It is Vegas. In a little bit more serious news, just because I don't know if anyone has seen this, and not everyone may be addicted to the news like I am, but if anyone uses a Philips sleep apnea machine, the FDA is recalling those. So I did want to bring that to everyone's attention just in case, it's something that you have or someone has. The Food and Drug Administration says 561 deaths have been reported in connection to recalled Philips devices that treat obstructive sleep apnea and other breathing disorders. The FDA said that since April 2021, it has received more than 116,000 medical device reports of foam breaking down in Philips CPAPs, continuous positive airway pressure machine, and BiPAP sleep therapy devices. So that includes 561 reports of deaths. So I just wanted to let you guys know. Cat, dog, what are you playing with? No, those are my glasses. Fry's pineapple bed is still out, and he is not happy, so he keeps trying to steal my glasses, my fake ones that I wear when I'm different people. Hello, Christy Marie. So I just did want to bring that to you guys' attention. It's not really a big funny article or anything, but you know, if you do have a Sir Berto, everyone on chat can see you. Are you being a good boy or a bad boy? He says, I is good. What are you talking about, Mommy? I have no glasses near me. Hi, Becca Lynn. I understand. No, sir. No, that's a negative. Yes, well, it was super de-duper dirty. He has been in a mood all day. So it's not a funny story, but I did want to bring that to everyone's attention just in case you're not a news junkie, you know, and you know someone that has a CPAP, and you might not have gotten, you know, the recall notices because Lord knows they sent. Okay, Loki, really? Today has been the Mondayest of Thursdays. I've got a cat. Oh, for the love of Cheetos, what did you do? No, not you. Oh, Lord. What happened? Exit. No, no. No. I swear to goodness, both of you. It's... I have always told you guys when you're having a Mondayest of days just to surrender to it. And that's what we're doing. In other news, Bonnie and Clyde wannabes. There you go. It's our new Bonnie and Clyde. As always, remakes are never as good as the original and slightly horrifying. Thank you, Sue. Actually, this is from Timu, and it comes with the headband stuck in. Okay. Bonnie and Clyde wannabes in South Carolina. Don't make me use... Okay, nope. You're fine. Oh my goodness. As with all things, this current For Modern Audience remake is not the best. A South Carolina described as Bonnie and Clyde wannabes was arrested after leading police on a chase in a spray-painted car with a dog, a cat, and 4 chickens inside, authorities said Tuesday. Deputies first spotted Joshua Harvey driving a black Honda sedan with expired tags near South Frontage Road and Cook Road. Do not start cursing. No cursing. Around 9 a.m. on Monday, the Lawrence County Sheriff's Office said Harvey was allegedly driving erratically and appeared to have trouble staying in his lane. This gentleman with the Jim Brewer eyes, they're a lovely shade of red. Not this gentleman. When deputies attempted to pull the car over, he refused and led officers on a pursuit across Greenville County lines, where deputies decided to call off the chase, Sheriff's Office said. Deputies would encounter the car driving recklessly around 2:45 p.m. after canvassing the area around Harvey's residence. The vehicle, however, was spray painted white to trick the authorities. Oh gosh, do you guys remember that movie, Johnny Dangerously, where she had the cabinet paper or cabinet cling paper or whatever, and they just kept changing the car by, peeling the cabinet, contact paper off? Pretty much. I this is how my, leg gets hurt half the time. I'm home base. Loki's like, "And? That's your job, Mom." Yeah, oh, they did a wonderful I mean, look at that. You can tell it's been painted with spray paint. They did a wonderful job. I'm gonna have them put the flames on my, Ford Transit. The driver again refused to pull over when deputies attempted a second traffic stop and led officers on a chase. Officials said the chase ended again for safety reasons due to school traffic at that time of day. Deputies picked up the chase again on Highway 14 going towards I-385, where officers observed the driver passing cars unlawfully and recklessly. The spray-painted sedan was eventually disabled on the interstate, and the driver was identified as Rosie Smith, whom Sheriff's Office described as Harvey's paramour. Ooh, they got all fancy with it, and French. Quote, "These Bonnie and Clyde wannabes have tried to make fleeing from the law from law enforcement a habit, but eventually your luck runs out." Well, in your spray paint. I mean, let's be honest, spray paint, you have to show your ID and, the fumes. Well, maybe they like the fumes. And you have to pick a color and it's matte or it's shiny, and now they have glitter and glow in the dark. There's so many choices. Sheriff Don Reynolds said in a written statement, "I want to thank the deputies involved for their work to put these two behind bars, and I'm thankful for the safe conclusion. While deputies took Harvey and Smith into custody, the officers found one dog, one cat, and 4 chickens inside the vehicle." As you do. Well, work is hard. Oh, I've lost a wig. I have. Okay, I can get the dog and the cat. It's the 4 chickens that are kind of make it's the absurdity of the 4 chickens and the half spray paint. Bless their hearts. Harvey was charged with failure to stop. Smith was charged with failure to stop, DUI, 2 counts of ill treatment of animals, driving under suspension, and 2 other charges. Yeah, Monty G, apparently just in the car, as you do, traveling McNuggets, if you will, feathers on. They're free-range nuggets. Oh, good night, nurse. People, in a cautionary tale, if you happen to catch a pufferfish, don't cook it yourself. There are reasons that, sushi, oh, for the love of words I can't say. There are reasons that chefs in Japan study for years and years and years to be able to cut these fish without unaliving you. So perhaps don't watch a video on YouTube and assume that you can do it yourself. Now, I am very sorry for this gentleman that he lost his life, but don't maybe do this. Cautionary tale. A Brazilian man who feasted on one of the most poisonous fish in the world has died after spending 5 weeks in the hospital fighting for his life. According to reports, Magno Sergio Nyomes, 46, and his friend ate a toxic pufferfish known to be 1,200 times more poisonous than cyanide over Christmas after receiving the gift or the fish as a present. Okay, who gives someone a pufferfish as a present? I mean, I don't know that that person is your friend or likes you. According to Newsflash via the New York Post, uh, Sergio was a father of three, and his pal gutted the fish, removed its liver, and then boiled it and ate it with lemon juice. Oh, God, no. Uh, in Aracruz, Espirito Santo, in eastern Brazil. However, less than an hour later, both Gomes, okay, I know, okay, Gomes and his friend felt seriously ill. His heartbroken sister, Miriam Lopes told told Newsflash, adding that her brother had never cleaned a pufferfish before. Oh goodness. Maybe don't give fish as presents to eat. I don't know. Well, maybe they didn't know it was a puffer fish. I mean, do you know if it's a puffer fish? Look, I don't fish. Look, I like watching river monsters, but that's mainly for the fisher guy. Uh, Mr. Mo knows this. He started to feel numb in his mouth. He went with his wife to the hospital driving his car, Lopes said, according to Newsflash. When he got there, his mouth was even more numb and he felt sick. Soon after, he had cardiac arrest that lasted 8 minutes. Lopes said Gomes was intubated and put on life support but never recovered. He died Saturday. The doctors told our family he had died from poisoning, which had quickly traveled to his head, Lopes said. 3 days after being admitted, he had several seizures, which greatly affected his brain, leaving little chance of recovery. Lopes said her brother's friend survived the ordeal but is having troubles with his legs. It's not clear if the friend was the same pal who gifted the fish. Yeah. I feel bad for the man. I don't know if but yeah, if you get an unknown fish, maybe Google it again. Look, y'all, I don't know. I didn't even know they had puffer fish in Brazil. I thought they just kind of lived all around Japan. But I'm not a fishologist. I think they're ichthyologists, actually. I don't know. Um, the tooth fairy, she is not. Holy flapjacks. I guess if you go to the clink, do not steal anyone else's toothbrush, okay? Woman beat cellmate to death, said, quote, I thought she was using my toothbrush to scrub the toilet, police. A 28-year-old incarcerated woman in Wisconsin. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that one. uh, is facing a possible life sentence after she allegedly unalived her cellmate earlier this year, bludgeoning the woman to death for allegedly using her toothbrush to scrub their shared toilet. Taylor Sanchez is now facing 1 count of first-degree intentional homicide for the July 2023 slaying of 69-year-old Cindy Schultz Judas. Court records reviewed by Law and Crime show Schultz Judas was found unconscious and not breathing in her cell at the Taycheedah Correctional Institute on July 19th, 2023, according to court documents obtained by WASU, CBS, and CW affiliate WSAW. Following the violent incident, Sanchez told her mother she had stopped taking the medicines prescribed to her for mental health purposes and had begun hearing voices again. Additionally, she confessed to the police that she had repeatedly struck the older, cellmate, punching and kicking the other woman because the voices told her to. Authorities transcribed a portion of the call in court documents per the Green Bay Fox affiliate WLUK. Quote, at 3:55, Mom asks Taylor, what happened? Why did you beat someone up? Taylor says, I don't know. She adds, quote, I stopped taking my meds and started hearing voices again. Taylor adds, I thought she was using my toothbrush to scrub the toilet, and says, I thought she was using my stuff to wipe the floor with, and I thought she was messing with me. Sanchez's mom response is, oh God. A subsequent autopsy of the victim reportedly determined that her manner of death was homicide and the cause of death was blunt force trauma to the head. Autopsy reports stated that she suffered skull fractures too numerous to count, as well as more than 30 fractured ribs. Do we have 30 ribs? Okay, I don't math, and I don't anatomy, so okay. Following the alleged murder, Sanchez appeared in court where the judge set her bond at $1 million. I mean, I'm sure that CSI Penitentiary will come in and find that out. Oh my God, you guys, could you see? I want that show and I want it now. CSI Penitentiary. Do. And they're like, we're going to solve this in 10 minutes. And then they're like, in biggin. In order to have no contact with any members of the decedent's family, Sanchez was in the process of serving an 18-month sentence after being convicted of battery or threat against a law enforcement official in August 2022. She was then sentenced to an additional 2 years for battery against another inmate. Yeah, well, I didn't think we had 30 ribs, but I thought maybe 30 fractures to the ribs and 32. You guys, I will be very, very candid with you. I did not sleep very well last night, and yeah. So if I read things out of order, I am very sorry. Sanchez, I'm sorry. The decedent was serving a life sentence without the possibility of parole after being convicted in 2006 for murder of her husband. Sanchez is currently scheduled to appear in court again on March 21st for a status conference. Oh. Okay, we'll call magic. Thank you. Hey, Tim Pool already stole my idea for a better, funner The View, where you don't pray for the sweet, sweet release of death. Jess Rubery, you and Eris knew that we have 24 ribs. Yay! You are both the smartest in knowing how many ribs we have. Congratulations. Your prize will come to you in the form of congratulations. In other news, cautionary, but apparently it's getting scary out there. Life-threatening STDs are spiking across the US per the CDC. So stay protected out there. I know, I want to be the new $1 million woman, and I want the sound effects to go with it. Thank you, Squab Bob. I cannot move right now because the cat has taken residence on my leg, but thank you so much. but I do want them to make the sound, in the $1 Million Man, when they're like, we can remake him better. And then when I start to run and I go really fast, it'll go do 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 do, and I'll run in slow motion, but it'll look fast. We have this wonderful family who's very, very kind, uh, but they're all cross-country runners, the whole daggone family in my neighborhood, and they run by and they look like freaking beautiful gazelle. They're so graceful. And when I used to, okay, I would call it struggling, to walk, sort of run, to jog, if you will. I looked like a person that wanted to curse, but they just look happy and they're smiling and stuff and graceful. And I was like, that's just mean. Out there showing off. Health officials are warning that the rise of life. Now that's a fund I can get behind, Squaw Bob. Thank you. Although I'm actually, I ordered a bigger garment rack because this one is about to tip over. I didn't realize how many, well, see, now Mr. Mo would have thought of this. I, however, didn't. Apparently, if you put things together, you must calculate weights and stuff. I did not. So he's like, you realize that those wigs weigh a lot. And I was like, oh, well, if you put them all together, I was like, nah, it'll be fine. Per drinker, it'll be fine. Nah, it'll be fine. Nope. Tip over. Let's see. Health officials are warning of the rise of life-threatening STDs. It's out of control. According to new data from the CDC, STDs are on a worrying rise, putting millions of people's lives at risk from entirely preventable infections. Quote, STDs must be a public health priority, the CDC warned on Tuesday. The health agency noted that, quote, most alarming concerns revolve around syphilis. Well, I mean, if Scarface did okay, and Al Capone, never mind, which are at the highest level they've been at in more than 7 decades. Well, there you go. Finally, millennials, you have something to celebrate. We win at something. Reportedly, the clap cases have remained at a record high too, but gonorrhea cases have declined for the first time in at least a decade. Victory. Both syphilis and gonorrhea can be deadly if they're left untreated for too long. The CDC's latest STD data shows our nation is facing a rapidly deteriorating public health crisis with real lives at stake. When are we not? I mean, seriously, between not legal street pharmaceuticals from every corner and, some of us being really, really fluffy and working on it, but, I mean, we're trying, dang on it. We're doing our best. In 2022, the data shows that more than 2.5 million cases of syphilis, gonorrhea, and the clap were reported in the United States. Last year, well, I'm glad he's smiling at least. I mean, look, he's so smiley, and she's like, oh my God, rolling her eyes. Last year, Health and Human Services created the National Syphilis and Congenital Syphilis Systemic Federal Task Force. Can you imagine chatting up a woman at a bar like, I'm an accountant, so what do you do? I'm part of a task force. Ah, like a Fed? No, nothing like that. Oh, like narcotics? No. No. So what are you a task force for? Like vice or homicide? No, no. Syphilis. Oh, you know what? Oh God, my mom is going to have a heart attack. I have to go. I, what? I can't imagine. In a bid to help slow the spread of the disease, but the impact has not yet been recognized, probably because it's a government agency. According to the CDC data, more than 170,000 cases of syphilis were reported back in 1951. The number dropped dramatically after the widespread availability of antibiotics. By 1998, annual case numbers had dropped below 40,000 before creeping back up again over the past 2 decades. People are suiting up less and less frequently. Dr. Nima Majalisi, director of medical toxicology at Staten Island University Hospital, told the Post, saying that public health messages have de-emphasized the importance of suiting up. STD rates have risen sharply across the country since restrictions from the unidentified virus of unknown origins restrictions were lifted. However, the CNSD warned that the 2002 data does not reflect the impact of the shortage of Bacillin LA, a anti-syphilis drug which began last spring or last summer's STI workforce cuts due to debt ceiling deal. The reality is the 2023 data will be worse. I love it when they give us a happy ending. Nothing like hope is futile. What in the actual didn't everyone have to sit through that very uncomfortable, health class with, your nearly 70-year-old gym teacher in the, young Sheldon dad shorts and watch I think, videos from the early 80s about health class and, teen pregnancy? I mean, didn't everyone have to watch those? Was I missing something here? In other news, my shock that my child didn't do this. A 3-year-old climbs into a claw machine and has the time of his life. Now, this would probably have been my child, and I don't know why it wasn't. Welcome, Giraffe Gal. A toddler with a love of claw machines had the time of his life when he climbed inside one of the toy film machines in Australia. A video shows how officers rescued him. 3-year-old Ethan and his family were grocery shopping in Kapalaba on Saturday, January 27th, when they passed a claw machine, Queensland police said in February 1st Facebook post. To be honest, no. Look, kids are slippery. They're like little, you blink your eyes and they will squiggle right away from you. And the youngest, most feral, they will fall asleep in a pile of stuffed animals, and you will be looking around like daggone ET. Quote, my son loves the claw machines, Ethan's dad, Timothy Hopper, said February 1st at a news conference, according to The Guardian. How whenever Ethan plays the machine, he always opens the flap just to be an opportunist. At the shopping mall, Ethan opened the flap of the claw machine. Within a split second, he crawled into the machine, and the door closed behind him, and he stood up and realized what had happened, Hopper said at the news conference streamed on Facebook by 9 News, an Australian outlet. I had zero chance to react to it, Hopper said, according to The Australian Broadcasting Corporation. It was unbelievable how fast he got up there. Once inside the toy-filled box, Ethan was, quote, having the time of his life. I bet. I mean, he's a 3-year-old. They've got some ones with really big flaps, and I mean, he looks like a pretty petite 3-year-old from the picture. So, yeah, my youngest, most feral, he could have done it. I mean, that's a pretty big machine. Yeah, he could have done it. There was a brief moment when he got a little bit nervous, and then he realized he was the center of attention. He was jumping around. He started throwing a couple of toys out the chute, saying, "Free toys!" Wolfram, thank you so much. Oh, God, no. Well, then it's a good thing I'm married, and I don't believe in postmarital sex, so. Because, 6 kids. Thank you, Wolfram. Yeah, don't wolframs have syphilis? Or no, no, not wolframs. Daggone it. Sorry, Wolfram. Don't koalas have syphilis? I hate my medication. I swear to goodness. Sorry, Wolfram. I don't know. We're going to read. At first, it was funny. I couldn't help but laugh. Hopper said he wasn't hurt. He wasn't sad. And then reality sunk in. How am I going to get him out? A bystander notified the police or the building's management, who contacted Queensland police, the family said. Oh, Wolfram, I thought that they had something, but I couldn't remember what it was. I know kangaroos are just mutant deer with an attitude. I figured people would cotton on to that. A video shows what happened after police officers arrived. Ethan is sitting inside the claw machine surrounded by stuffed animals and looks pretty happy. The officers tapped the box and identified it was glass, the video shows. They instructed Ethan's parents to get him to move to the back corner and cover his eyes. With some directing from his parents, the toddler complies. The video shows the cops shatter the front glass pane. Ethan turns around, seemingly unhurt, and then climbs over the stuffed toys toward the officers, who lift him out. "Come here, buddy. There you go," one of the officers said in the video. Ethan's family thanked the officers for their help and applauded the way they handled the situation. "We walked past the same area yesterday," Hopper said in the news conference. "They've got a brand new machine there." And Ethan walks past and points at that machine and says, "Don't worry, Dad, I won't do it again." Today. That wasn't a full statement from a toddler. What he meant to say was today, because, he probably took about 3, one for each hand, and then, if he had a sibling with him, they get one. There's a reason I can't go back there. Old Line Red. Thinking is hard. Yeah, I am surprised they didn't make the family pay for the glass. In furthering the conspiracy that birds are not real and are in fact drones, Indian police clear a suspected Chinese spy pigeon after 8 months in bird lockup. Y'all, what am I reading here? I didn't know we had started to employ spy pigeon. Let's see. Indian police cleared a suspected Chinese spy pigeon after 8 months detention and released it into the wild Tuesday, news agency Press Trust of India reported. The pigeon's ordeal began in May when it was captured near a port in Mumbai with 2 rings tied to its legs. I, I you know, flying pigeons. Yeah, we'll call magic. As Flex said, all birds are drones. I'm beginning to believe. At this point in 2024, I'm open to being convinced. uh, Carrying words that looked like Chinese. Police suspected it was involved in espionage and took it in, later sending it to Mumbai's Bai uh, Sikarbi Dinshaw Petit Hospital for Animals. Eventually, it turned out that the pigeon was an open water racing bird from Taiwan that had escaped and made its way to India. With police permission, the bird was transferred to the Bombay Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, whose doctors set it free on Tuesday. This bird is like, I was just trying to get away from Taiwan. Now y'all trapped me in this damn prison. I was trying to get away from the Chinese. Oh, this poor bird. I'm glad he's free now. But oh my gosh. Look, I need someone that's very, very good at physics to make sure that, because I am beginning to truly believe that CERN, and not Baker CERN, but capital C, capital E, capital R, or capital N, in Europe, done broke a hole in the space-time continuum, and we ended up in the absurd dimension. That is true, Sue. That is true. I mean, at least they did take preventative measures instead of letting him go across the entire country. He is now a free bird. But poor thing, he doesn't even have an opposable thumb to put a lighter up like you should when Freebird is playing. And a little bit of, Babylon Bee funny story. After the Elmo thing, it kind of tickled me a bit. So, after asking Nation how it's doing, Elmo announces next Sesame Street episode will be sponsored by letter X for Xanax. This is from the Babylon Bee. It is a joke site. Sesame Street, following the overwhelming response to an innocuous social media post in which he asked how the nation is doing, Elmo later announced that the next Sesame Street episode will be sponsored by the letter X for Xanax. The seemingly harmless post, which quickly went viral and prompted thousands of replies from beleaguered Americans pouring out their hearts and venting to Elmo about their problems, left beloved Muppet in a depressed state and as he pondered the future of the country. Quote, Elmo had no idea people's lives were in such bad shape, Elmo said as he sat on the front steps of the iconic apartment building at 123 Sesame Street. Elmo has PTSD now. Elmo may never get over this feeling. Where is Elmo's vitamin X? Oh my God. Hello, Slidey Pie. Hello, Toodly Pip. Following the response from so many stressed followers, Elmo's friends reported that he was no longer his cheerful, optimistic self. Yeah, it's a shame to see the kid in this state of mind, said Oscar the Grouch. Me? I'm used to seeing the world the way it really is, but Elmo's always been so innocent and childlike. Once you catch a glimpse of the dark, seedy underbelly of real life, it changes you permanently. Here's hoping he pulls out of it before long. At publishing time, Elmo announced that the next episode of the Classics Children's public television program would be sponsored by the letter B, which insiders confirmed stands for antidepressants. I don't believe I can say that on I can say that on YouTube, but poor Elmo, we've brought him down with all of our complaining. Or take 4, apparently. Holy fazoli's. When she said she took, I don't know if everyone was watching the Crumbly case today, but when she said, when the mom was on the stand and she said, well, I was having a hard time going to sleep, so my husband and I took prescription medication. And she's like, oh no, I took 4. And I was like, and you woke up? Like, are you an elephant? I was like, good night, nurse. So there you go. Hopefully Elmo will watch. You know what? I will tell you guys my number one thing to do when I am having a bad day. And I know I've shared it before, but I'm telling you it always works. There are 2 videos. So go watch people reacting to Ram Jam's Black Betty. It's a great song, but the band, I think, spent all of $200 on the video, and I believe that $200 went to their non-licensed street pharmacist, if you get what I'm saying. But the reactions are great, and then also watch people's reactions to Bobby Caldwell, What I Wouldn't Do for Love. Now, the reasons this is funny is because by the tone and nature of his voice and sort of the bluesy, blue-eyed soul, many people assumed that he was African American, to the point that he was nominated for Best New African American Artist. Um, well, it was the early 70s, so I think they filmed in someone's backyard and they used it for inspiration. But there were some jammin' t-shirts and tank tops in that video. But so obviously he did not take the award because he's my complexion, but the video starts out with him in shadow, and anywho, it's fun seeing people's reaction, and that never fails to put me in a good mood. I don't know why, but those are my 2 go-tos. You are free to use them at any time. They may not work for you, but if you are having a bad day, did I watch them today? Yes, I did. Because when you are having a Mondayist sort of day, that is what you do. So, Elmo, watch people react to Ram Jam and Bobby Caldwell. It's a great thing. I love him. He's got a great voice, but people reacting to him, looking as he does and singing, Blue-Eyed Soul, it's great seeing people's shock, and I love it. It never fails to put me in a good mood. And I did share on Discord a new video. I don't remember what his name is, and his name is escaping me because I'm very, very tired. But if you are a member of MLS, on my Mo in the Deep End, I did share another video that doesn't fail to put me in a good mood. It's a vocal coach who is me as a guy. Me as a guy, vocal coach, reacting to Dan Vasc doing a metal cover of Mulan's I'll Make a Man Out of You. because he is, all caps in the face and overreacts. So definitely look at that if you are maybe having a not great day, or like, Dan Vask, he's a great singer. Anywho, I have rambled on for a while. I am pretty tired, so I am going to let you guys go. I don't have you redirected to anywhere, but I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining me. As always, thank you for supporting me and being here. This is so much fun. It's so much fun when you guys are here. And it really does make my day better finding these stories, sharing them with you. I love it because, I would always share these with Mr. Mo, and he's kind of like, okay, these are okay. But having people to share my fun, absurd stories with is just super fun. So have a great evening, and I will see you guys in the morning. Hey, we've survived the first day of February. And this year, that is an accomplishment. Bye, guys.